the expert in anything was once a beginner. Imagine waking up tomorrow and being able to play the piano, speak a new language, or paint a masterpiece. Wouldn't that feel like magic? But here's the truth. That magic is inside you right now. Have you ever wished you could learn something new really fast? Maybe you saw someone skate, draw, or solve a puzzle and thought, how do they do it? You're not alone. Almost everyone wants to learn faster. It's a wish as old as childhood. Think about it. When you were small, didn't you want to be good at everything? Maybe you wanted to run faster, sing louder, or build the tallest tower of blocks. That feeling never really goes away. We all want to master new things, but sometimes it feels like everyone else is learning quicker. You might wonder, are they just born talented? That's a myth. Science shows that natural talent is rare. Most experts started out just like you, curious and clumsy. In a big survey, over 70% of people said they wish they could learn new skills faster. That's almost everyone you know. Why do we feel this way? Because learning slowly can feel frustrating. It's like walking through mud when you want to fly. Sometimes you try, but progress is slow. Maybe you've started something and given up because it felt too hard. Or maybe you watched others zoom ahead and felt left behind. That's a tough feeling, but it's not your fault. The world moves fast. New skills open new doors. If you learn slowly, you might miss out. You might see others getting ahead, getting better jobs, making new friends, having more fun. That can make you feel stuck. But what if there's a way to break free? Remember when you were a kid and you wanted to do everything? You wanted to ride a bike, play soccer, draw, and maybe even dance. You believed you could do it all. Somewhere along the way, maybe you stopped believing. Maybe someone told you you're not a math person or you're not artistic. But what if they were wrong? What if you could be good at anything you wanted? That's the heart of being a polymath. A polymath is someone who learns many things, not just one. People like Leonardo da Vinci, who painted, invented, and studied everything. Or Maya Angelou, who wrote, acted, and spoke out for others. Or even people you know who seem good at everything they try. Why does this idea fascinate us? Because deep down, we want to be limitless. We want to explore, create, and surprise ourselves. We want to feel proud of what we can do. But sometimes we forget how to start. Or we think it's too late, but it's never too late. The desire to learn is part of being human. It's what makes us grow, adapt, and dream. So what stops us? Why do some people master new skills while others give up? Is it luck? Is it money? Or is it something else? The truth is, there's a blueprint, a proven way to learn anything faster than you think. It's not a trick. It's not a shortcut. It's a set of steps that anyone can follow, even you. Even if you failed before, even if you think you're not smart enough or not talented, because science says you can rewire your brain at any age. You can learn how to learn. And once you do, the world opens up. Imagine picking up a guitar and playing your favorite song, or coding an app, or speaking to someone in a new language. How would that feel? Would you feel proud, excited, maybe even a little unstoppable? That's what mastery feels like. And you can have it, not just in one thing, but in many things. That's the Polymath Blueprint. It's about unlocking your hidden abilities. It's about learning smarter, not harder. And it starts with a spark. The spark is your desire to grow, to be more than you were yesterday, to surprise yourself and others, to say, I did it. That spark is inside you right now. Maybe it's small, maybe it's been hiding, but it's there. And today we're going to feed that spark. We'll talk about the traps that hold you back. We'll bust the myths about talent. We'll look at what really works according to science and real people. We'll build your own blueprint for fast mastery. And we'll remind you, you're not alone. Millions of people want to learn faster. Most feel stuck at some point, but the ones who break through, They follow a pattern. They start with curiosity. They keep going even when it's hard. They use proven tools, not just willpower. And they believe in themselves even when it's tough. You can do this too. You can master any skill faster than you think. Not because you're special, but because you're human. And humans are built to learn. So are you ready to begin? Are you ready to discover the blueprint? Are you ready to surprise yourself? Because the journey starts now. In the next part, we'll look at what holds most people back, the hidden traps that slow us down, and how you can avoid them. Let's take the first step together, and let's talk about why so many people get stuck before they ever master a skill. Have you ever told yourself, "I'll start when I have more time," or "I'll begin when I feel ready"? This is called the potential trap. It's like standing at the edge of a pool waiting for the perfect moment to jump in. But the perfect moment almost never comes. Waiting becomes a habit. You keep telling yourself you have so much potential, but potential doesn't grow unless you use it. If you always wait, you never start. And if you never start, you never get better. This is called task switching, and it actually slows you down. You make more mistakes, remember less, and feel more stressed and tired. So trying to learn many things at once can waste your time. It's better to focus on one thing, finish it, then move to the next. But sometimes, even when you focus, something else gets in the way. Fear of failure. This is a big one. Fear of failing can make you freeze. You might not even try because you're scared you'll mess up, or you start but give up quickly when it gets hard. This fear often comes from worrying about what others will think or being afraid of feeling embarrassed. It can make you doubt yourself and say, "Maybe I'm just not cut out for this." Fear of failure can stop you before you even begin and can also lead to perfectionism. Perfectionism is when you think you have to get everything exactly right. You set impossible standards for yourself, and when you can't reach them, you feel like a failure. This makes learning new things feel scary instead of fun, so you avoid trying or quit too soon. There's another mind trap called the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is when people think they're better at something than they really are. They don't see their own mistakes and might feel super confident even when they're just starting out, which can make them ignore feedback or stop learning because they think they already know enough. On the other side, there's imposter syndrome, when you feel like a fake, even if you're doing well. You think, "I don't deserve this," or "Someone will find out I'm not really good." Both of these traps can keep you stuck. Either you think you know it all and stop growing, or you think you know nothing and never start. Surveys show that almost half of people give up on learning a new skill within just a few weeks. Some quit in just a few days. Sometimes it's because learning feels too slow, or because they compare themselves to others, or because they listen to a voice inside that says you're not good enough. This voice is called the inner critic, and the inner critic is like a mean coach in your head. It says you can't do it, or you always mess up. It makes you doubt yourself and feel small. But here's something important. That voice isn't really you. It's a collection of old messages from the past, maybe from a teacher, a parent, or even a friend. Over time, you started to believe those messages, and now your inner critic repeats them. It tries to protect you from getting hurt, but ends up holding you back instead. Psychologists say this critic often comes from childhood. It's linked to your inner child, the part of you that wants to feel safe and loved. When the inner critic gets loud, your inner child feels scared. That's when you start thinking, "Maybe I shouldn't even try." This is also connected to something Carl Jung called the shadow. The shadow is the part of you that holds all the things you hide, even from yourself. It's where you put your doubts, fears, and the belief that you're not enough. But the shadow also holds your hidden strengths. You stay stuck in old patterns, keep listening to the inner critic, and keep betraying yourself. Self-betrayal means not standing up for what you really want. It means pleasing others instead of following your own path, or giving up on your dreams because you're afraid to disappoint someone. Every time you betray yourself, you lose a little trust in yourself. Notice when you're waiting for the perfect moment. Notice when you're trying to do too many things at once. Notice when your inner critic is talking. Notice when you're hiding your real self in the shadow. And notice when you're betraying what you really want. You're not alone in this. Almost everyone faces these traps at some point, even the people you admire. The difference is some people learn to escape. They learn to start even when it feels scary. They learn to focus on one thing at a time. They learn to quiet the inner critic. They learn to accept their shadow and use its power. They learn to trust themselves again. In the next part, we'll talk about how to do that. We'll look at the mindset of people who master many skills. We'll see how you can shift from being stuck to moving forward, and we'll start building your own path to mastery. Remember, the only way out of the trap is to take the first step. Let's get ready to take it together. Let's imagine you could learn anything you wanted. How would your world change? That's what being a polymath is all about. A polymath is someone who knows a lot about many different things. It's like having a toolbox full of skills, not just one special hammer. Some people call polymaths Renaissance people. Leonardo da Vinci was a famous polymath. He painted, invented, studied science, and designed machines. Maya Angelou was another. She wrote poems, told stories, acted, and fought for civil rights. Elon Musk is a modern polymath. He builds rockets, makes electric cars, and dreams up new ideas. These people didn't just stick to one thing, they explored many. But you don't have to be famous to be a polymath. Anyone can learn across different fields. The secret is not being born special. The secret is how you think about learning. Psychologist Carol Dweck calls this a mindset. There are two main types: fixed mindset and growth mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm only good at what I'm born with. A growth mindset says, I can get better at anything if I try. People with a growth mindset love to stretch themselves. They see hard things as a chance to grow. They don't give up when they make mistakes. They ask, what can I learn from this? Studies show that a growth mindset is the key to success. It helps you keep going even when things get tough. It helps you become smarter, not just look smart. Polymaths almost always have a growth mindset. But there's another secret: curiosity. Curiosity is like a superpower for learning. When you're curious, your brain lights up. You want to know more, try more, ask more questions. Research shows that curious people remember things better. When you're curious, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical. That makes learning fun, not boring. Curiosity helps you solve problems and think of new ideas. It's what makes you want to explore, like a scientist or an inventor. In a survey, people who followed their curiosity felt more satisfied with life. Polymaths often say that learning new things makes them happier. They feel more creative and excited about life. So how do you become more curious? You start by asking questions. Why does this work? What if I tried it a different way? How can I use this in my life? Every question is a doorway to learning, and every answer leads to more questions. But what happens if you make a mistake? Most people feel bad when they mess up. But polymaths see mistakes as data. They treat every mistake like a clue in a mystery. What went wrong? What can I change next time? Mistakes aren't the end. They're just feedback. This is called reframing mistakes as data. It helps you learn faster and feel less afraid. You start to see every setback as a step forward. The more you practice this, the stronger you get. There's another tool polymaths use: deliberate practice. Deliberate practice means practicing with a clear goal. It's not just repeating something over and over. It's focusing on what you need to improve. You break big skills into small parts. You work on the hardest part, not just the easy stuff. You get feedback and adjust as you go. This is how athletes, musicians, and chess masters get so good. It's how you turn effort into real progress. Deliberate practice is like sharpening your tools instead of just swinging them. It's hard work, but it pays off. And you don't have to do it alone. Getting help from teachers, coaches, or friends makes it easier. But the most important thing is to keep going, even when it feels tough. There's one more secret: the beginner's mind. Beginner's mind means looking at everything as if it's new. Even if you've done it before, you pretend you're seeing it for the first time. This helps you stay open, curious, and ready to learn. Experts sometimes get stuck because they think they know it all. Beginners ask questions and notice details others miss. Beginner's mind helps you enjoy learning, not just rush to the end. It keeps you humble and playful. So to be a polymath, you need 3 things: a growth mindset, believe you can improve, curiosity, ask questions and explore, and a beginner's mind, stay open and fresh. Famous polymaths use these tools every day. Leonardo da Vinci never stopped asking why. Maya Angelou tried new things even when she was already great at something else. Elon Musk keeps learning, failing, and trying again. You can do this too. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep learning. The more you learn, the more you can connect ideas. Polymaths see patterns between different subjects. They use what they learn in one area to solve problems in another. This makes them creative and flexible. Research shows that being a polymath can make you happier and more satisfied with life. You feel proud of your skills. You feel ready for anything. You feel alive. So what's stopping you? You don't need to be a genius. You just need to start where you are. Pick something you're curious about. Try, make mistakes, and learn from them. Practice with purpose. Stay open like a beginner. And remember, you're building your own toolbox. Every new skill is a new tool. Every question is a new adventure. In the next part, we'll talk about how to master skills faster. We'll look at the blueprint for learning anything quickly. You'll see how to break big goals into small steps, how to get feedback and improve every day, and how to build your own path to mastery. Are you ready to unlock your inner polymath? Let's keep going, step by step. The world is full of things to learn, and you have everything you need to start. Let's dive into the blueprint together. The next step is waiting for you. Now let's build your blueprint for mastering any skill fast. Imagine you're building a tower. You want it tall and strong, but you can't put every block in at once. You have to pick the most important pieces first. That's called ruthless prioritization, focusing only on what matters most. The 80-20 rule, or Pareto principle, says 80% of your results come from just 20% of your actions. So if you want to learn fast, find the most important parts of the skill and spend your time there. For example, if you want to learn guitar, start with the chords used in most songs. If you want to learn math, focus on the basics that show up everywhere. Don't waste time on things that barely matter. This helps you get better, faster. High achievers use ruthless prioritization to cut out distractions by asking, "Does this help me reach my goal?" If not, they skip it, gaining more time and energy for what counts. The next step is breaking big skills into small pieces called micro skills, which are tiny building blocks of a big skill. Instead of trying to learn everything at once, you learn one small part at a time. Like learning to tie your shoes. First you make a loop, then a knot, then pull tight. Micro skills make big goals less scary and help you keep moving forward through a method called chunking, which also helps your brain remember better. Next, you need feedback, information about how you're doing. The best feedback is immediate, helping you fix mistakes quickly and making learning faster and more fun. Feedback can come from a teacher, a friend, or even a computer game. The key is to use it to improve each time. Let's talk about memory. Forgetting is normal, but you can remember more through spaced repetition, reviewing material at set intervals. You study a little today, then again tomorrow, then a few days later. This brain hack strengthens memory and works for everyone. You can use flashcards, apps, or a notebook. The goal is to space out your practice, not cram. Another secret to learning fast is accountability. Having someone else help you stay on track, like a friend, teacher, or group. When you tell someone your goal, you're more likely to stick with it. Being part of a learning community helps too. You can share progress, ask questions, and cheer each other on. Research shows people learn better with support. It feels good to know you're not alone. What really works for most people? Surveys show the best learners focus on the most important parts of a skill. Break things into small chunks, get immediate feedback, use spaced repetition, and stay accountable. It's not about the number of hours, but how you practice. Focused, deliberate practice matters most, working on the hard parts and improving with feedback. So don't count hours, practice smart. The final piece of the blueprint is building a learning ritual, a routine you follow every time you learn. Pick a time and place, set a small goal, remove distractions, and follow the same steps each session. Rituals help form habits, and habits make learning automatic. Over time, your ritual becomes your superpower. You show up, do the work, and get better every day. So, to review your blueprint, prioritize what matters, break skills into micro skills, use immediate feedback, apply spaced repetition, stay accountable, forget the 10,000-hour myth, and build a ritual. Each step helps you learn faster and better, bringing you closer to mastery. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep going. In the next part, we'll talk about how to overcome resistance, what to do when you feel stuck or want to give up, and how to keep your learning journey strong. Are you ready to keep building your skills? Let's keep moving forward together. Your blueprint is ready. Now it's your turn to use it. Take that first small step today. The world is waiting for your new skills. Let's make learning your superpower one step at a time. You are not alone. Many others are learning too. Together we can all become masters. Ready for the next chapter? Let's talk about how to overcome resistance and turn setbacks into comebacks. Your journey to mastery is just getting started. Let's keep going together.